Hi y'all. It is Thursday, June 25th. I have a lot to talk about today. First of all, I had gotten myself a new cat. A little cute, beautiful little kitten. How I got it is my friend gave me a number to a woman that rescues cats in the old city of Jerusalem. And she's an American lady. And she told me to call her. So I called this lady and um, she started talking about the cats, whatever, talking about me. And then a little bit into it, I told her, yes, I have some bunnies, and one of my bunnies died. Last night I had a violent diarrhea, and, it just died on me. So then she starts yelling at me that I don't know how to take care of animals, and she's never gonna let me have a cat. How dare I ask her to have a cat because I'm so irresponsible about my bunnies, and how evil I am, that I don't take care of my animals and I don't care for them. And she's going on, and I said to her, woman, do you want to just attack me, or do you want to hear my story? You want to hear my side of the story? And I want to just mention that in Israel in particular, I've had very negative experiences with people from animal shelters and from animal lovers in general in Israel. They're very cruel people in general. They have no compassion for humans, and they're extremely judgmental and self-righteous. And I just want to mention this because I feel like, you can be someone who loves animals. However, I believe that people come first, And this lady started saying how, so I started telling her that I don't appreciate her attitude, and so I told her the story. I had taken another one of my bunnies to the shelter, and the rabbits in general are extremely delicate animals, so it could be anything that made these animals sick. Like, for example, my friend from Oklahoma, she said that my bunnies could have had transportation shock, because they're very delicate animals. So the transportation, new environment could have shocked them and could have caused them to get very ill really quickly and die really quickly. And I have done all the right things for my bunnies. I had given them the right food. I'd given them what the vet told me, the hay, and some of them still died, So I told the woman, look, you can either stop judging me, I told her, human beings are not trying to, most of them that want to adopt an animal are not trying to, they're not evil at heart. They're not going to take an animal and try to torture them. You know what I mean? I said, so she's like, well, she's still going on and on. Like, I found it very traumatic talking to her, Like, as much as I love animals, if one day I get to the top of some, animal rights or whatever, like animal shelter or whatever, in charge of some animals, a big company or whatever, I will value people before animals. Treat animals right, but just don't be so judgmental of people, and be compassionate to people, because people are not evil inherently. So I told her, she's like, well, I have a friend that has a cat in her alleyway, in her backyard, and I don't want to give you the number because I don't trust you. I said to her, look, I went through the alleyways, and I saw the situation of the cats in Israel, and it's a pretty dire situation going on there, and I saw dead cats there. And you know what? If you don't want to help me get a kitten, guess what? I'll find my own kitten. I can just take one off the street. I'll find my own. I said, like, what do you have to lose? Like, what, you think I'm such an evil person and I'm gonna go and torture them? And she's like, well, most people are just ignorant. So I said, so what? Like, everyone's learning. We're all on a journey. No one means evil. People just, want to do their best. And needless to say, it was a really, really unpleasant experience. And if this woman is watching, she should know. I told her her attitude is rotten. And it wasn't very nice. So last night I got the bunny. I mean, not the bunny, the kitten. I went to the people's houses in Ramat Danya, which is like 40 minutes away from my house. And I got a taxi from my work straight to there. And then the kitten, we caught it by some miracle, because the kitten is very scared and it's used to being outdoors. And to get it home was like a whole big deal. I took like 3 buses and 1 train, and I tried to get a taxi, and the taxi asked me what's in this, like, they had given me a garbage can to put it in with like a towel underneath with food so that it won't jump out, because she was fighting. She wanted to be free. So the taxi stopped, and he said, what's in there? I said, a kitten, Tul, because like I used to work on a farm, and one of the guys there, he used to call cats Tul. In Hebrew, it's Chatul. So I said, it's a Tul, and then I said, no, it's Chatul, and he's like, no, and he just drove away. And I was like, you know what, fuck you, I'll just take the bus. So I took 3 buses home, and thank God I got home. I think she's still scared from all the noise and everything. She's hiding under the bed. I gave her fish. I bought her a new litter box. I bought her everything she needs, but she's so terrified. She's still hiding there. Poor little dear. I hope she comes out of herself, and I hope she comes to love me, because I love her already. And one of the things I'm really afraid of is that she's going to run out the door, because she keeps going to the door like she wants to escape. She goes to the window and to the door, because I believe she was born into freedom, born in the outdoors, so it's in her nature to be outdoors, you know. So, but I just hope she gets to love my little house, because my house is really, really cute, you know. Okay, so I used to work in a place in after I left the farm in Samaria. I tried to find a place to live which wasn't expensive, and so it was a volunteer organization for search and rescue. They had a bunch of dogs that would do search and rescues in Israel, where they would search for dead bodies or missing people in the desert or wherever there's a missing person. So I tried to volunteer there with the dogs. Like, basically the job was to walk them in the morning and afternoon and the evening, clean out their cages, feed them, and also to go with them to the places and participate in the training of the dogs. I would have stayed there. However, it was a little bit of a difficult living situation there, because the showers, you know, I was the only girl there, and the shower was shared with the men, and my room didn't have a lock on the door, and it wasn't a very comfortable situation. It was like me with all these like guys that I wasn't comfortable with, you know. So it was really uncomfortable. So as much as I loved the dogs and walking them and taking care of them, I left there and I moved to Jerusalem, and then I moved back to my friend until I found this job where I work with special needs people, and where I actually found this really nice, cute little studio apartment now, you know. So that's just another experience that I had. Last night, you know, I got in contact with this guy, because, you know, it's just fun for me to be in contact with just random people and talk to new people. So I got in contact with this guy, and we started talking, and his zodiac sign is Humi. I mean, his zodiac sign is a fish, which is Pisces. And I kind of shocked him a little bit, because I got on the video chat with him, and I started to interview him. You saw I had a pen and my notepad here, and I started to interview him. I started asking him questions and everything, and he's like, he said, you know what, I'm getting the feeling like I'm being interviewed like a bacteria in a dish. I feel like a bacteria in a dish. So I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then he's like, do you have a hobby to like abuse bacteria in a dish? And I was like, maybe, I think so, because I'm really enjoying, you know, abusing you on the video chat, you know, interviewing you. And I asked him where his family's from. Apparently they're from Galicia, which is in between Russia and I'm not sure where else, but he's a redhead. And I told him I would talk about him in my next video. So I asked him, I said to him, will you marry me? And he paused. I said, okay, strike one. Strike one, okay, forget it. You're not for me, we're not getting married. You paused, it's a sin, you know. and trying to hypnotize. And then he started to take like a thing like this and started to go like this in the camera. Going like this in the camera. And I was just like, I said to him like, what are you trying to do, hypnotize me? I said, I'm not looking. And then he's like, no, I'm not trying to hypnotize you. I'm like, yes, you are. And then it turns out it was his thermometer because he is in quarantine. Because he had flown in from England or somewhere back into Israel. So he's 2 weeks in quarantine. So he's like losing his mind. Page 2. Basically, I asked him why he doesn't have his girlfriend at the age of 44. So he said that, I said, I think it's a little bit old to be so, without a girlfriend and not married or not divorced. And then he insulted me. He said that I'm not sharp. I said, okay, that's strike 2. And then he takes a paper and he puts it to the screen like this. And he's like, wait a second, I'm drawing you. I said, what are you doing? And then I understood he was outlining me in the screen. He got how the artists do. Some of the artists, they put like a paper against the light and you see like an outline and you draw it. So he drew me in the outline and it looks really horrible. I came out really ugly. So that's number 1. Number 2. Number 3 is I gave him 3 strikes against me because of that weird way he drew me. And he told me about a story about his cat, how the cats, when they love you, they sometimes like to bring you gifts. For example, like they'll go outside and hunt you a bird and bring it to you dead, as like a token to you. So that was like a sweet story. And then he said he's not science. He said, I'm not science. What does that mean? Okay, fine. So then he got 2 points. I gave him 2 points to his benefit. He rhymed Hani with Khani. Because my name is Chana, and my mother calls me Hani. So he knows me as Hani, so he named me Hani and Khani. Whatever, it was an interesting thing. I started to play music with my music now because I think like the cat was making meowing noises. I think she's very paranoid. She's not used to being in a house, so she's making a lot of meowing noise. She's stressed, so I played some music for her and she got quiet. And I hope she'll warm up to me soon because she's kind of nervous. She's like born in the wild, born in the free, Anyhow, I told the people that I got the cat from that if they ever want to visit the cat, they can come and see her anytime they want. I'll put the key outside. They can come in. And because I understand what it's like to lose an animal that you love very much and not be able to ever see them again. So her daughters really, really, really loved this cat because they were taking care of it for like a few weeks. This cat is apparently like a few weeks old. I'm not sure. Or maybe 2 months. So that's the story. I'll show you my little bunny. Come here, little bun. Come here, Acidophilus. She's doing okay. She's doing okay. Rabbits are very delicate animals, so... Rabbits are very delicate animals. So this is Acidophilus. We'll see if she survives. I love her. I'm doing all I can for her, It's all a hit and miss with these little rabbits, Anyhow, that's all for now. Take care. Acidophilus, do you want to say hello to the people? Do you want to say hello? Yes, you do. You want to say hello to them? Okay, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. Put her back. Okay. Anyhow, thanks for listening. Have a good day. And take care. All the best. Bye-bye.